Puck it up in the booth with Scott and Chris. Guys, we just ran down the first 4 teams competing. Now let's talk about our third matchup of the winner's bracket round 1, and that one is going to be between #1 seeded Final Boss and 8th seeded Carbon here. 2 legendary names facing off here, but let's talk about this Carbon squad. They've been struggling recently.
Yeah, the reason they're here right now is they started off the season very well. Recently, their placings, they've been out of the top 8 in the last 2 tournaments. The first time in Walshy's great career that he's ever placed outside the top 8, 2 straight tournaments in a row. But I'm going to be looking for these guys to really bounce back. I mean, we're talking about Walshy here, one of the curious captains in all of Halo. They're going to bounce back during this tournament.
And of course, they got Soldier 187, Chig, and SK on that lineup, and Soldier was just ripping faces last event. They fell short overall, but Carbon definitely a dangerous team. But they're going up against, in my eyes, the most dangerous team in the world right now, and that's Final Boss, Scott.
Yeah, this is the hottest team coming into the event. As soon as they picked up Pistola, this team hasn't looked back. Ogre 2 is back to his old ways of just making moves. He is such a bold player, Chris. He just does it all. And this squad, they're coming out, they're practiced as much as everyone else. They're still a deadly squad.
And you can't really say enough about Final Boss, the dedication they put in this game, the preparation. I mean, look at Ogre 2 and Victory X. These guys have stuck it out through thick and thin for the last 2 seasons. They've been playing amazing, and finally their hard work has been paying off.
And guys, you know, I've been all over our forums, I've been all over Twitter and Facebook, and everyone is telling me there is absolute 0 chance that Final Boss will lose to Carbon here. Tell me, is there a chance that Carbon could win this matchup?
Yes, Chris, there is a chance. Carbon's known to be a championship team, and the one player I'm going to be looking for is going to have to be Walshy. This guy used to be called Captain Clutch for a reason. Used to be on Final Boss. He's been a top player his entire life. He's been the life and blood right now of this Carbon team, and he's going to need to step it up, rally his troops, and if he does that, if he leads his team, he'll do good. Carbon will play great this tournament.
And you know, unless there's a huge turnaround in between these 2 events, I don't see them winning. But the key for them is going to be Chig and Soldier on this squad. Chig and Soldier, they have tournament experience. Don't forget, these guys just took second at 2009 National Championship. You can't count them out. Soldier, like you said, he's heating up. Chig, they're both extremely well players. They just need to come out and win that first game to say, you know what, we can beat these guys. We're not just the 8th place team.
You know, I was talking to Walshy earlier. He said all we have to do is not get 3-0'd. Even if we're down 2-0 to Final Boss, he truly believes that they can come back and win the series. And, you know, I will never count out Walshy when he's going up against Ogre 2. When those 2 match up against each other, Walshy always steps up his game to another level. That is going to be an awesome matchup. That's going to be match 3 of the 4. But let's move on to the 4th one, and that is going to be Instinct taking on Warriors, our 2nd seed, going up against our 7th seed. Warriors just making it in here with a great performance in DC, and that, of course, you see down low, 3:45 Central Time tomorrow. That's going to be taking place. Let's kick this one off, guys. Let's talk about Warriors here.
And I mean, Warriors, this is the team that created the most upsets this season. No one knew who these guys were. We can say it 1,000 times, but the fact is they're here right now in this championship, and they're coming to win. These guys have what it takes. No one's overlooking them anymore. They're getting the respect they need.
Yeah, sorry, Scott. This is the team I chose my story of the 2010 season. These guys have been playing great Halo. Although you don't know what their names are, they're all incredibly individually talented. They're probably the most dangerous team here at the event. A lot of teams will probably underrate these guys. These guys are great. They play incredibly well.
The underdogs in all of their matches, and yet they somehow managed to break into the top 5, 3 events in a row. Hats off to these guys, but they're going up against a team that has won 2 events this season, and that's Instinct.
Yeah, right now Instinct, Roy and Lunchbox seem to find 2 players they really enjoy playing with Cloud and Elamite. This team has the best communication by far of any team on the circuit. And the Astro listens in. If you want to pay attention, they're always communicating. And they have Roy, the MVP of a ton of tournaments this year. He's great.
And it's mainly because they haven't switched the roster, Chris. I mean, we can say it all enough, but when you listen to them communicate, they have so much faith in each other. They know exactly where each other's going to be, and that's what happens when you play with the same team for a full season. You know what to expect from your teammates, and you know who's going to step it up when the game's on the line.
All right, well, speaking of stepping it up, guys, last event, Instinct fell early in the winner's bracket to the loser's bracket, and then in the loser's bracket, they had a terrible time getting upset by Darkest Hour. Tell me, if Instinct wants to come back and win their 3rd event of the year, go down as the national champions, who's going to need to step it up from this squad?
You know, I'm going to have to look at Cloud for this one. He is the main slayer on this team. But when you look at it, Roy has more kills than him. He needs to be the one who is stepping it up. He needs to be the one making the play so that way Roy can do what Roy always does, which is just destroy. If Cloud can heat up with this sniper, he's one of the best snipers on the league for a reason, but he was quiet. As long as he can get into a groove, this team can win this event.
Yeah. Chris, who are you going with? You agree on Cloud?
No, well, Pugga, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go with Elamite Warrior. In my mind, this kid is the glue that keeps Instinct together right now. He is the biggest communicator out of all of them. He's going to be the reason, if they step it up, he's going to be the main reason they play well this tournament. He has not had his best tournaments the last few times, but he looks really confident coming in this, and he can keep his team on an even keel throughout the entire event. Watch out. Instinct is going to destroy.
Instinct's going to destroy. Chris is calling it. Well, guys, that is going to wrap it up for our first round matchups. When we come back, we'll be talking about the All-Star game. It's going down tonight.
The Hot Pockets pregame show with